Rougeau, say go, Ani. My name is Ot Dame de Gar Lo Aquix. My name is Grey Eagle, he who sees the light. And I am Kanikahaka. I am Mohawk of the Bear Clan of the Iroquois Confederacy that was signed here in Ontario many moons ago. I'm also the global representative for traditional Indigenous human rights. I'm the great-grandson of Chief White Cloud of the Upper New York State Mohawks. And I'm here for one reason tonight. I'm very honored to be here. I'm honored because this life is about respect, or it used to be. So I'm here because of that respect tonight, because of an MP named Rathika. And if I get the name wrong, it's okay, I always do it, Sitsabaiesan. But anyway, I'm here because it's a fundraiser. And the real reason that I came here tonight is because I have a few words that I'd like to say to you about this Member of Parliament that nobody knows about, and I don't need a microphone, because my Creator gave me a voice for the oppressed, for the hopeless, for the hurting. And the reason that I'm here is my family has been since time immemorial, and my ancestors, we have been in a place called the river, Sitsabaiesan, which you would know. In the English version, the Rouge River. My family, my ancestors, and I have dedicated my whole life to protecting it. And I've spent many years with millions of dollars of media fighting this so-called national park that they want to destroy. So I went a year ago and I met with Rathika. And I told her the true story. And I said, I spoke to many politicians. If I had a copper penny for everyone I spoke to, I would own all the copper. But none of them stood up and exercised their right to protect the people in the community. And I'm not just talking about people, I'm talking about land, air, water, our Mother Earth. None of them took the initiative. And I met with Rathika a year ago. And I went with my wife and we sat there for about 3 or 4 hours and I unveiled a story to her. A love story about a young boy not growing up on the reservation, but growing up in a better reservation called the Rouge Valley. They were my teachers growing up. And Rathika, she came and spent the day with me. No one else did. She spent the whole day and I showed her all those disturbed burial grounds. I showed her how they ripped our ancestors out of the ground by the hundreds and took away the remains and burned. I showed her everything. And I can only tell you at the end of the day, she was very emotional and she understood. While I was away at Christmas, I got a call. Hey man, brother, have you seen what's going on in the House and Parliament in Toronto and Ontario? I said, no, what's going on? Wow, you know that MP you took out for a tour? Well, she just stood up in the House of Commons and spoke about you and talked about all of these things and said that she spent the day with you. So I'm here because she took the initiative that no one else did in all those years. She stood up in that big white house and she told them with a good heart and a good voice that she had witnessed these things and spent the day with me. She took that initiative because if you're going to do something, do it right the first time. We cannot mess this up. And she has led the way. So I came here tonight because I have respect for her, and so does my wife and my family, because she's the first person to stand up and do anything about it all. So I thought I would come here. And I would raise my eagle feather to her. And I would like to say to you in my language, on behalf of my ancestors, all the people in your community, the future generations, I say to you, Rathika, you were a human being long before you were a member of parliament and a politician, and I say to you, Nyawangoa, which is thank you. Thank you for caring about your community and willing to stand up and voice what is wrong. So I came here tonight, and I brought my drum. For those that don't know my drum, I'll introduce you to her. Her name is Mother Earth. And she represents our Mother Earth, her heartbeat. She represents every woman in this room. And I say to you all, thank you so much for everything that you do for us men. Yawangoa, thank you. Rathika, my wife and I have spent a great deal of time thinking about you since that day. We have a leader in our midst. Someone that's not willing and scared to stand up for what she believes in, and that's all of us, for people in her community that gave her that opportunity, and they went out and took their time and elected her. Well, I'm here to tell you, you elected the right person, because she's going to take care of those things that the old school boys aren't going to touch and aren't going to fix. My grandmother once said, if it's not broken, leave it alone, but something's broken, and that's Parliament. They forget real quick they built that White House on our land. Anyway, this is an honor song. This is how my people give honor back, because honor is something very important. It lets others know what you're doing in the world. And it can't be about you. She doesn't have a love of her own, because she works for each and every one of you. And she works for our ancestors, and she works for those future generations.